right, man. We back again, man. Good gracious, man. Woo. Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns, they come up with a win today, 21-16 over the Cincinnati Bengals. It's your boy G. Bush coming in, checking in a little bit with you guys today. Last game of the season, man, and it's a little bittersweet. Bittersweet right now, man. The Cleveland Browns, when you look at this situation, I think we got a lot of stuff that we need to be worried about. I think we got a lot of stuff that we need to be worried about. And one of the reasons that I think we should be worried about some stuff is because this just ain't it. We get to win 21-16, but this blog and this recap is going to be more so in terms of what we're looking back and what we're looking forward in 2022. We're going to do a little recap. We're going to do some stuff and figure out what we need to do in 2022. But let's be clear. This ain't it, man. This ain't it. We can try to lie to ourselves and we could try to talk to ourselves and let ourselves know that, hey, the Browns, seven, what was it? I don't even know what the record is. What, 8-9, 7 and 8-9 or whatever the case may be. This ain't it. And it's just when you look at the situation from around the league, it starts with this. Think about it like this, people. Think about it like this. Look at what's going on with the Indianapolis Colts. The Indianapolis Colts gave up a first-round pick to go get Carson Wentz. All they had to do was go out and beat the Jacksonville Jaguars and get into the playoffs. They got the crazy running game. They got Taylor. They got a nice offensive line. And this is the things that I'll be trying to tell people because it be fool's gold. It's low-key fool's gold right now. Like you see all around the league, it's low-key like, yeah, you can run the football. You can do all of that. You can have a great year of 1,500 yards, and you can have backs galore, linemen galore, tight ends galore. But this league boils down at the end of the day every single time to, do you have a quarterback that you can count on? You can make throws. He can deliver the ball under pressure. He can make your team, elevate your team. And for every team out there that tries to consistently mirage and smokescreen and talk yourself into it and talk yourself into saying that I got a guy, those teams have no shot at winning. Those teams have no shot of going to the next echelon, upper echelon, because after a certain period of time, it's just going to come down to, are you making plays? Can you elevate people? And can you make throw after throw after throw, getting knocked down, people in your face? Can you audible? Do you know what you need to be doing? And if the answer is no, you don't need to. You don't even need to continue to the next step. Because when we look at the situation, we can say Baker Mayfield hurt. We can say it was the injuries or whatever the case may be. But you'd be lying to yourself and say 2019. That was a bad year. First half of 2021, first half of 2020, bad year. Second half, good. All this year, bad. So when you're looking at this situation in terms of what the Cleveland Browns look like for this year, it boils down to one thing. It boils down to the quarterbacks. Before we get to starting with this, it looks like my Facebook ain't connecting. So if you didn't see, I think my Facebook is not connecting. So if you're on Facebook or if you're seeing this on Twitter or YouTube, click over. You can check this out live on Twitter. You can check this out on Twitch. You can also check it out on YouTube. It looks like the Facebook feed isn't going right now. But what I will do, like I always do, I'll upload this later to Facebook and you'll have an opportunity to see this again in the replay. Let's get right back to it. Starting off to shout out some of the people out here, man. Shannon from Vegas, glad it's over. Now we don't have to hear Kevin say, "Oh, we are 1-0, dude." During the offseason, please get a personality. Boy, I tell you what, man. And we're gonna talk about this a little later on. We'll get to this coming up. He had an opportunity. He had an opportunity to do something, right? He had an opportunity to come out here in this game, and I joked in the pregame with Anthony Lyman and Ken Carmen. I joked and said, wouldn't it be crazy if he came out with a playbook? Wouldn't it be crazy if he came out and they had some new formations nobody saw, like some stuff, and he was running some of the formations that we've been clamoring for since the beginning of the season, and he came out and did those things? He showed you none of that. Didn't matter who it was. Didn't matter if it was Baker. Didn't matter if it was Case Keenum. Didn't matter who it was. You still saw the 3 tight end sets. You still saw the empty formations. And you still saw a lack of Nick Chubb. I don't understand. What was the reason Nick Chubb came back into the game in like the third quarter and broke open like a 40-some yard run? What was that for? They was running Dearness Johnson. I'm thinking maybe Chubb is done, just kind of like Jamar Chase was done with the Bengals. They gave him some touches, gave him some carries, got him out of the game, got him the little record for the Bengals. I'm thinking Nick Chubb is just like, okay, it's Chubb. You know, he might be hurt. Maybe they don't want to get him hurt. But then he puts him back in the third quarter, and I don't even understand it, bro. It's just extra crazy, man. Hey, man, Jay Boyer, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate you, my guy, man. I want to thank you guys. And I want to thank you guys for supporting me all season, to be truthful, man. You know, some of these games have been difficult, and some of these games are a little rough to get through, but you guys been rocking with me for all of these weeks. You guys been supporting me, supporting the show, and you guys make it available, and you guys make it possible to do this show in the midst of all my other things. And I want to thank you because you guys are really the supporters of the show, and this is your forum. You can also donate on Cash App at $GBush91. You can use Super Chat if you do deem necessary. Thank you so much for that Super Chat. Let's get to another one. Let's get G Bush. Make it not hurt so bad. I'm trying my best here, but you know, maybe I'm gonna throw this out to you guys, man. For me, this is one of the most weird times for me being a Browns fan, because as much as I get on here and I preach, and as much as I get on here and tell people what they should be doing and how they should think and the way they should feel, for me, understanding the game of football and really devoting much of my time to, you know, doing stuff like, you know, breaking down film or watching these games 3-4 times or doing shows and producing content and just doing overall Brown stuff. To me, when looking at all of the film and all the above, it's so difficult for me to convince myself that we close. So I'm kind of in between. I'm sitting here looking around, and I understand what your offense has to do. I understand what your defense has to look like. I understand that you got to have a quarterback. I understand that the receivers have to be explosive, and there's a level of play calling and playbook creativity that you got to have in this league if you want to be a viable team. And right now, we just don't have it. We don't got it. You know, not saying that you can't get there, but right now, bro, we ain't got it. You know, we got a quarterback that we don't know what's going on with the arm and the shoulder or whatever the case may be. But people have had doubts about Baker before the shoulder, before the arm. You got Kevin Stefanski, who leaves Minnesota, comes here, and I'm gonna just be honest with you. The playbook lacks creativity. That playbook, that ain't gonna cut it. I've seen, and here's the thing with me, I've seen all I need to see. I'm ready. Like, if when they're doing off-season assessments, Andrew Berry's going to have to make a very tough decision on this. You know why? Because I'm not convinced, and I'm totally not convinced that Kevin Stefanski playbook can allow us to do anything. This playbook we saw today is so limited. And he could have had an opportunity to kind of really take himself off the hot seat a little bit by coming out here and being like, well, Baker wasn't hitting throws. That's why my offense looks the way it does. Baker wasn't doing what he needed to do. That's why we were struggling. No, he came right out here and it was the same offense. So all off season, I'm going to have a very difficult time separating Kevin Stefanski and Baker Mayfield, because those are the two guys who are the brain trust, and those are the guys that we're going to look to take us into 2022 with some optimism. I don't see it. I just don't see it. You know, you got Joe Burrow over there throwing for 100 yards in 2 games. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd and Joe Mixon and all them boys, them dudes is like 12 years old. Them dudes is here to stay. They're not getting no older. Lamar Jackson, you just hope he better get hurt next year. And the team that you were supposed to be able to take the mantle from, the team you were supposed to be beating the brakes off, the team that you thought everybody was pouring dirt on, you lost 2 times to them in the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ironically, you lost twice, or you actually won 2 games against the Cincinnati Bengals. But here's the thought process. That don't count. They won the division. They won the division. And it looks like the Cleveland Browns, for the 16th time in 20 years, are going to finish in last place. Going to finish in last place, man. So, to me, Kevin Stefanski could have came out here and showed something, but I don't want to see the playbook no more. The tight end stuff and all the boot action and play action, there's a reason why nobody else runs that stuff. People are pulling that up. People are really game planning that stuff now. That, you know, why would you go back? That's the thing I be getting to people. If you playing somebody and I'm good and you good, we got equal talent. We got equal talent on the skill positions, right? We good on good up front. Why would I take and simplify my game plan, make it rudimentary, when the other team is just as talented as me, but they're going to scheme you, they're going to game plan, they're going to give you some wrinkles, they adjust to the game? You'll never beat that team because you just as talented as them. It's going to come down to the small things. It's going to come down to creativity. And you can't always hope, we just got to keep the game close, no turnovers. That don't work. And how you going to win when you got – and this is another thing. This is what really scares me about the Cleveland Browns and nobody's talking about. If you got an inferior quarterback with inferior traits, accuracy, not athletic, 6 foot, gets balls knocked down, locks on the targets, and on top of that, your head coach and your signal caller is not creative. How do you plan on beating teams and they got a better offensive coordinator and scheme and a better quarterback in a passing league like the NFL? That's something nobody's talking about. And nobody's cognizant of that because it's just like, okay, we just trying to tread water. And that's the frustrating part about being a Browns fan. We just treading water. We get a win, we lose a game. We get another win, we lose a game. We go to the playoffs one year, you think you're turning the corner. You come back next year, and you don't build on anything. That's why I talk about when people say changing the culture, culture is not year to year. When is the last time Mike Tomlin had a losing season? This is year after year. This was with Doug Hodges. This is what Mason Rudolph. This is what an old Big Ben. No running game, terrible O-line, lost one of my best pass rushers. Let's get back to these. Let's get back to you guys. I'm going to get back to you guys a little bit here, man. Bro. You know, this is the point. I'll get to this when we come up a little bit as well. Bush, my man, if it's not Baker, then who else? This is what I need. And I'm glad you asked me that question too. I'm glad you asked me that question because this is going to be an area where everybody is going to have talking points for the 2022 season. Everybody will have their talking points. Well, you can't really go in another direction if you don't have an upgrade. You can't go in another direction if you don't have a readily upgrade. Here's my thought process. I think that we don't understand that there's a lot of upgrades. We're just giving Baker a leg up because we said he's good to average. Do you know that Jared Goff, after he went to the Super Bowl and was 1 quarter away from winning the championship with the Rams, he passed for 4,600 yards. The next year, he passed for 4,600 yards. That's Jared Goff. Baker has never approached 46 anything. As a matter of fact, he's never thrown for 4,000 yards. So when you say Baker is just as good or is not up, you sure about that? You know how many yards Derek Carr passed for? He's in the top 5 in passing yard. You know Kirk Cousins has thrown for 4,000 yards every single year he's been in the league. Every single year, going back to Washington. We got to start evaluating this on a face-to-face value because we giving away accolades and we not understanding this. If Jimmy Garoppolo and Jared Goff are guys that are average, and Baker Mayfield has not even attained their stats, what are we saying here then? If Jared Goff is in a 1 quarter away from the Super Bowl, Jimmy Garoppolo 1 quarter away from winning the Super Bowl, can you imagine in this city if Baker went to the Super Bowl? They'd never get rid of him. They would continue to trot him out there year after year after year because they said, G. Bush, we've never gone to the Super Bowl. We've never sniffed the Super Bowl. How can we get rid of a guy that took us? You got to look in the face, Cleveland, and ask yourself, what is your standards? Standards. Because other teams elevate their standards. Jimmy Garoppolo, they traded for his successor like a year later. Jared Goff got shipped out of Cleveland, out of LA for Stafford. I'll give you 2 draft picks with him too. And he was prolific. I asked you the question when someone asks you, well, who else then? You got to look at the opportunity cost of what if somebody else upgrades over you. You keep Baker Mayfield. You feel good about that. You think you wait Big Ben out. You think you got him out the division. But when you slay one giant, understand that there are teams going for the championship, going for the jugular, going for the gusto. That's not my job to figure out. Andrew Berry better do everything in his power to upgrade the quarterback position, or other teams will. And God forbid that team happen to be wearing black and yellow in Pittsburgh. You see where I'm going with this? Understand that, people. Understand that. Let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. Got another super chat. Rob Venters, man. I look at teams like the Steelers and how they fight to the end. I don't see us on the same level, G. Bush, in the AFC North. We got a while to go. We got a very long way to go. We got a very long time to go, Rob. I don't see the coach. I don't see the quarterback. I don't see the playmakers on the outside. I don't see vertical threats. And I see an antiquated style of doing things. Steelers got better receivers. Bengals got better receivers. You know, Lamar Jackson is super dynamic, and they're going to get a lot of their players that left on the IR. J.K. Dobbins is coming back next year. You're not going to have the same type of thing. We got to do it. Andrew Berry got his work cut out for us, and we're going to talk about a little later on in the stream. Players that we got to fill. We got to fill some stuff. Marlo Jackson, man. Honestly, why don't we trade Chubb and get a pick if we ain't going to use him? Roll with Hunt and Johnson and save money. Stefanski got to go, fam. Here's the thing about Chubb. This is the thing I've been telling people about schematics. You got a great offensive line. You got 3 of the best backs in the game. but you don't have a tactician to deploy those pieces. The United States military is the strongest military on the face of this planet. The United States military is the only superpower able to sustain a war on two fronts. You know what that means? That means we can fight a war in Europe and we turn around and fight a war in Asia at the same time. The strongest Navy by far, most aircraft carriers. We rule the sea. We got more nuclear aircraft carriers and big time naval ships than the next all countries combined. You say, what you talk about, G. Bush? Why you always talk about this stuff? What are you talking about here? The problem is this. If you got all that firepower and don't know how to deploy it, you in trouble. Why you worried about tank game? Why you worried about ground troops? The United States don't need ground troops. You think the game is that? We supposed to be running blockades. If I want to win a global war, we blockade your ports. We shut down the oil bays because we got ports in every country in this world, bases in every country in the world. The point is, if you got all that action, you got to learn how to deploy it. And the Cleveland Browns do not know how to deploy any of their weapons. It's the same reason that we had jets and we had a powerful Air Force, but you dismantled it. I don't know how to use the stealth bomber. I got a stealth bomber. We got the most fleets of that in the United States too. We had one of those in Odell Beckham Jr. Didn't use it correctly. You put it in, you put it under cover and said, "Oh, we're gonna use our stealth bombers we're gonna use that as a decoy." He go right out to LA and they like, "Oh, listen, we're gonna win a war with you. You got all these tanks up front. You got some of the biggest tanks and ground game in the world, power game. Guess what you do? You got your people, you got your soldiers on foot, walking. Yeah, we're going to sneak attack them. We don't need these tanks. We don't need the Sherman tanks. We don't need any of that. We're going to use it. We're going to walk. We're going to walk to Mexico, and we're going to fight a hand-to-hand trench war." The Browns get me, man. The Browns get me, man. A lot of folks do crap on Cousins and Carr like they ain't better. Carr is clutch. Cousins won a playoff game, and a hostile buyer plays over names. Facts, Damien. Shout out and thank you for the super chat, my G. Shout out to the super chat. People need to stop looking at these names and say, you know how many yards Kirk Cousins? I don't even know. Can somebody put in the chat for me how many yards Derek Carr has passing and touchdowns? Can somebody do that for me? I'm going to look that up because I'm getting offended by this. Like, I'm getting offended. Like, I had a dudes talk about, oh, yeah, come on, man. Right here, we don't need a lateral move. Ryan Tannehill. I said, Ryan Tannehill done been to the AFC Championship. They lost the MVP and Derek Henry got hurt. And Ryan Tannehill just keeps coming out here winning. Let me look at my chat. Let me see. Can somebody give me Derek Carr's number? I'm going to get to it, man. Glenn Francis, man. I don't see any good receivers wanting to come here with Stefanski's calling his office. Facts. You're not getting one. You will not sniff a top flight receiver. He got his stealth bombers in the garage. He'd rather use helicopters. Don't nobody use no helicopters. When's the last time you seen a helicopter out here really doing work? I know the Apaches is nice, but you ain't on no military game. You ain't seen no helicopters. The last whole helicopter was Airwolf. Hey boy, Airwolf was bad though. Airwolf was bad though. Hey, put a 1 in the chat if you remember Airwolf. Boy, Airwolf creep up on you. Airwolf was shooting regular people that was like stealing purses and pearls. I'm like, what? You didn't need Airwolf for that, bro. You could have just called the local police. Nah, Airwolf. Oh my God. Golly. Ben, thank you, my good sir. 4,618. That's like 2,000, 3,000 more yards than Baker got, bro. This is ridiculous. This isn't the same organization as used to be at the and that's the point. Stefanski ain't going nowhere, nor should he. Baker's got one more year. Upgrade at wide receiver and interior D line. Shot Miles for a first. Whoa. I can't do that. There's three positions. See, that's the thing. There's three positions that are cornerstone positions on the field. Corner. Denzel Ward is going to get a bag of money. You got a good corner. Defensive end. You got a borderline guy who has defensive player of the year capability, 16 sacks this year. You got that guy. He's in his prime. You just gave him some money. He's young. The problem is this. You need an offensive coordinator and you need a quarterback. I'm just looking around. I mean, that's what you need. Hey, Airwolf. Them ones. Hey, man. DJ, who that? Them. Roger Marco, I see you, my man. Ronald Sims, I see you, my man. Hey, man. Who the hell is Airwolf? Somebody put my man up on Airwolf. They used to come on TNT. Put it to you like this, Ben. Airwolf is the flying version of Knight Rider. Am I correct? Airwolf, flying version of Knight Rider, but Airwolf had weapons of mass destruction. You know, Kit, all he could do is scare people because he talked. Nah, bro. And he was bulletproof. But Airwolf, coming about them, the Sierra or wherever he was in the Grand Canyon. Yo, man, listen. Hey, I know I never heard of it either. Hey, listen. Hey, look. I'm tired as hell. What you mean? I'm tired as hell. Lamberg, you right. G. Bush tired as hell. This has been a long year. We be up since 8. So by the way, when we do the tailgates, I'll be on from like 8 to like whatever. So 8 to 1. And then I come back and we watch the game and we do this thing and then we post it. Yeah, I'll be tired as hell. Tired as hell. But we're going to keep it going. Forget about tired. We're going to keep it going. We talked about it. Reality at quarterback, Browns don't have one. They could do a lot of things. Right? They could continue on with this quarterback carousel, and it could be like, we can go with Baker another year. But here's the problem with that. If you Kevin Stefanski, I was over at the tailgate. When they talked about Kevin Stefanski and his play calling, they was real aggressive. There's people in this city who believe Kevin Stefanski is just as big a problem as Baker. None of y'all ain't smart. If I was your political operative, if I was your campaign manager, if I was in your PR firm, I could have gave you the playbook. Kevin Stefanski, Baker, you guys got it. You should have kept Odell Beckham on the team just to scapegoating. You could have rolled that out for the rest of the year. You could have been like, Odell, what didn't work? We tried. We're going to get rid of him after the season. And you could have had the Baker Mayfield, my shoulder hurts, so that's why I'm playing terrible fix too. You would have had two at the same time. Who gets rid of one of your scapegoats in the middle of the year? And then that scapegoat, because you let Odell Beckham Jr. go, turned into Kevin Stefanski. Now people looking at your playbook. People looking at you like, dang, bro, you got all these fullbacks and tight ends. And now you're going to have to hit the emergency button sooner or later. That emergency button is this. I didn't draft him. I get to get my own quarterback. I should be able to have a choice to pick who I want. But if you go into next year and Baker start off slow, that little, you don't have it like that. You at least got that. Y'all better find out something to do now. At least if you say I need my quarterback, they won't be apt to get rid of you so quickly next year. But you go into next year, talk about we gonna run that back, you in trouble. You in trouble. My man, one of y'all asked me in the chat, you say, what do you want to do, G. Bush? Listen, if you're going to listen to the barbershop, G. Bush is back this weekend. Check out Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. to 12. We will be back, and you're going to hear a lot of this. Go get me Deshaun Watson to stop the games. Go get me Deshaun Watson and stop the games. I don't want to hear none of this. Oh my gosh, there's a sex offender. There's an offender. He did all. Go just look up Robert Kraft. Look up John Gruden. Go look at the Phoenix Suns owner. Go look at the late Donald Sterling. I mean, for that matter, Kareem Hunter's on the squad. If you want to act like you got some moral compass, well, let me see your internet browser history. If you let me see your browser, I need to hear your music selection. I need to get in your browser. If they steal your hard drive, it's a lot of cats out here looking like Jared, the Subway guy. I'm just telling you right now. These dudes out here ain't role models. These dudes out here is not no church choir boys. It's a lot of bad people in the world. And guess what? A lot of them got a lot of bags of money. At the end of the day, you better go to the owner. You better go to the league and say, look, what they got on him. If he's not going to be suspended, you better pony up, get these picks up out of here, and let's keep it rolling. And all you phonies and frauds, I will never clutch my pearls. I'll never. I tell you what, G. Bush, I'll never root for that guy. You sure? You positive about that? I'm sure y'all talk about we need Kareem Hunt back. I mean, you sure about that? People, let Deshaun Watson come out here and start slinging his football. Let him start the team off 4-5-1. Let him have about 4,000 or 5,000 yards and almost 800 on the ground. It's a lot of y'all suckers that will be on here clapping it up like you ain't never saw nothing. Cut it out. Cut it out. We stood by Josh Gordon, and he's still on probation. Josh Gordon is the only dude that's 45 years old on his rookie deal because they keep starting it over. Oh, Josh, you caught you with the weed. Caught you with the weed, Josh. We're gonna have to put you back on the 17th year rookie deal. I'm like, dang, bro, they doing that. They doing him dirty. You got Josh Gordon, 45 rookie deal. He's still making $750,000. He keeps just folding his money over. Go get me. And you say, well, G. Bush, what you gonna give up for him? Whatever the hell they want. I got Hooper. I got ones. I got twos. What you want? I got Dearness Johnson. You want to sign and trade? I give you Terrell Brandon. I give you the rights to Austin Carr. No shots, Austin. Don't do me like that. You shout out to the big homie. Shout out to the big homie, Austin Carr. But listen, I'm willing to go there. Go get him. Because ain't nobody you got on that roster talking about nothing. This is not. If you think that you're gonna win, what you got, it's just not it. You tell me, how good do you got to coach, and how good do they got to play, and how many turnovers they got to not have for the Browns to be competitive next year? And you're looking at the division with Joe Burrows. You still got the Ravens. You still got Patrick Mahomes. You got Justin Herbert still doing his thing. We can't even beat the Raiders. Go get me Deshaun Watson and stop talking about these number 2 and 3 picks that you're going to turn into something. What? Ain't no receivers coming. You don't have a high enough pick to go get none of them Old State receivers. Don't think you seeing, and by the way, Williams counts as an Old State receiver, even though he's in Alabama and he's one of the fastest in the game. You're not getting him neither. So what are you using it for? A backup D tackle? A third corner? Stop. Go get me Deshaun Watson. Let's get to the chat. Oh, y'all talking now? Oh, Some people here talking now. Let's talk. Where we at? Where we at? DJ, who that? Hey, man, you better stop playing. It's on the Fire Stick. Fire Stick then put cable companies out of business. Shot Miles. See, this is the kind of talk that make me hide the fact that I'm a Browns fan sometimes. I can't believe people are even suggesting that. That's how people get. When people start having to pivot and move and try to figure out what they can do and get creative, no. Defense is not the issue. Why would you trade Myles Garrett? Hey, man, you tell me, chat. You tell me. Let's keep it moving. Special teams was abysmal this year. The worst I've ever seen. You don't have a kicker. Stop putting Donovan Peoples-Jones back there. I've never seen a moveless guy like that except for Jabril Peppers. Jabril Peppers was worse than Donovan Peoples-Jones. Stop putting Michigan dudes back there, period. Unless you Desmond Howard. Man. Hell, we ain't had a punt returner since Travis Benjamin, and our returners are tasked with catching the ball and falling down without fumbling, no running. Hey, bro, these dudes will be down if it was two-hand tap below the waist. They still be down. They tell them no. Fair catch that and be cool. Hey, man, and let's talk about this too. Let's talk about this real quick. Have you ever seen a faster, slow person in your life? I'm starting to believe it's false advertisements on this Schwartz character's speed. He looked like a Looney Tune. And he looked like, you know how them Looney Tunes be, where they be running, but they be in place. They're like, and they just get smacked, knocked off a cliff or something. Schwartz, my man, you got one-way speed. It might not even be that. You be running like you don't have no hamstrings. You might got all calves. You got calves all the way back up the backside of your back. I don't understand. I've never seen a person with you have no maneuverability. They need to lower your agility on Madden. Your agility has to be a 73. Wyatt Teller's agility on the pool is an 86. Your agility in open field cutting is a 73. This is bad, man. Man, good gracious, man. These cats is going crazy. He said, real Browns fan, Watson? Hey, I don't know. That's gonna be that's the laughing sound. People gonna look when we say, yeah, we're just gonna come back with Baker and Stefanski. That's everybody in the AFC North. My friend is saying we gotta let Baker let go of Baker. He won't be a Browns fans anymore. I love my team more than the players. And let's be clear. I want to say something here in an open forum because this is our last time talking for the year after a Browns win or loss or win, or it's 2021 and the season is over his last game. I just want to say this. Some of you guys need to get outside a little bit. Get you some air. The blind loyalty that Baker Mayfield has is scary. He has the loyalty of Mr. January 6th. I mean, man, he got some loyal dudes, man. And I got a theory. I got a video coming up, and I'll tell you about the video. Keep watching out for it. But the people that be rocking, the Baker bros, that I'm riding with 6, man, it's some confusing stuff, man. Because y'all cats, y'all, there's no reasoning. Like, to them in their heart of hearts, he's the coldest to ever put pads on. I can't even question that. These dudes rock so hard with him that I question, I'm like, they make you think you going crazy. Gaslighting is a powerful thing. Sometimes if I wouldn't have watched these games 6-7 times, I got to go back and be like, well, hold on, maybe it was because they washed his jersey and tied. Baker's allergic to Tide, and that's the reason. Yeah. The 4 interceptions, 3 of those, 1 was on like the planet. Like, come on, bro. It's like the solstice, and it's dark at 5 o'clock. He's depressed. The other 2, listen, I don't know what happened with that, man. I just don't know what happened with that. It was Stefanski, and we're going to blame one of those on Jadeveon Clowney's gloves. And I'd be like, well, maybe it might have been Clowney's gloves. That's how crazy these cats are. Nuts. But I got a theory. The theory is this. The Cleveland Browns quarterback position, it isn't about what you do personally. It's not about the person who's taking the carries. It's not about the person, whether you complete passes, whether you throw the ball, whether you throw it in East Jesus, whatever you do. It's not about what you actually do in the field. The position is a role and a character. That character is the role and character of an underdog. And every single person in the city, the state of Ohio, naturally in their DNA says, I have to like the underdog because the underdog represents me. Everybody sees themselves as a person that's been let down, a person that's been overlooked, a person that nobody gave a chance. Even me, I'm the people's champ. I carry a championship belt to boost my self-esteem. I say I'm the best to ever do it. And I should have had a show 75 years ago. And there's a group of people on the internet that agree with that. They ride for me just as hard as they ride for 6. But the difference is, I tell people all the time, do not listen to me all the time. Think for yourself. You can have a great thesis statement, and you can come up with formulate your points. And I'm going to give you an opportunity to debate. Don't just blindly listen to nobody, including me, not your mom, not your doctor, not the government, not nobody down the street. Don't blindly follow nobody. That's my PSA for the moment. And just to give you a little insight, they've done this before. They said the same thing about Brian Hoyer. It's the same people. The Brian Hoyer people are Colt McCoy people. Same people. We love Josh McCown. Same cats. I mean, can we keep going? I mean, we like Charlie Fry. Akron guy, 4th round. Don't talk to me about Brady Quinn. They had songs about him. Every single person. Bernie Kosar, the king of them. It's not about whether you're good or not. It's whether or not people can identify with you. Can people see themselves in your story and journey and path? And Baker has a strong story and path. He was a walk-on twice. He's undersized. He grabs his crotch. He has swag. He puts a flag in the middle of the field. He runs from cops. He can drink a beer. All that. People see that. They didn't give up on that. But Andrew Berry, NFL stands for not for long. Don't you fall for that. Don't get Ray Farmered. Let's continue to go. Man, I appreciate this, man. Nicholas Golden. If we can't get the top 3 free agents for me, I want Deshaun. I'll take Carr. He had a very good season with the Raiders, dealing with a lot of nonsense with the coach and the players. Baker showed he can't overcome adversity. Hey, listen, I will take Derek Carr right now. I'll talk myself into Jimmy Garoppolo. Think I'm lying. I won't talk myself into Jimmy G. At least these dudes ain't going to say stupid stuff. At least these dudes ain't walking out of press conferences. And I know what I can get with them. I don't know what I'm getting with this guy. I just don't. The 2-3 picks, to some of the boneheaded mistakes, they're looking over receivers. And by the way, all of this stuff has been perpetuated since high school. If you go back and look at his scouting reports, the scouting reports say he holds onto the ball, he stares down receivers, he looks around, sometimes he locks on one guy. He threw 20% of his passes at Oklahoma they were screens. 20%. Go look it up. I'm just letting you know that right now. Right? 13, 14 of his sacks were due to him, not the offensive line, holding the ball too long. Right? I'm just giving you that. Let's keep it moving. Y'all be going crazy, man. Let me see what we got. So what happens? Y'all get rid of Baker and he goes somewhere else and has a Brett Favre, Drew Brees career number 1 stand with. Listen, I don't care. That's the thing. When you looking at players and you looking to do your thing, it's not about It's not about somebody saying I'm standing with 6 and what if he goes somewhere else and does something else? Who cares? Your job as a leader is to first diagnose who is the best that can put me in position to do what I need. I ain't got no time for that. That's just like me worrying about Odell Beckham Jr. with the Rams. He's somewhere else. He ain't coming back to put no buckets up for me. And you naming outliers. Brett Favre, Drew Brees, I guess. It sound good. But here's the thing. I don't run my organization or my life worried about what if somebody go do something. I done got divorced. I done broke up with a lot of people. I met the woman of my dreams. What if I'd have been sitting back? Well, what if my ex-wife lose 30 pounds, get a great job, and then goes with an Under Armour model that look better than G. Bush? I ain't worried about that. You got to have confidence in who you are as an organization, your ability to develop people, your ability to make yourself better and be appealing on the market to somebody better. Sometimes we need to go to counseling. It's a lot of us that need to go to counseling. I'm not riding blindly with nobody. If you want to ride blindly with 6, I ain't ride blindly with Stefanski. That's our problem. We rode blindly with a lot of people, and we found out on the other hand, they weren't that good. See, I can't blame y'all. I can't blame people for being upset about this stuff. I can't blame y'all. The problem is this. The truth is, we've never seen a good quarterback face up close and personal, MVP, all the intangibles, the rocket arm, the ability to read defenses, the ability to be a galvanizing leader, to be able to move, run, scramble, do all. We've never seen it. The closest thing you have is Bernie. So everything past Bernie ain't even got to Bernie. But you know how dominant, the era Bernie came up in? Every player he was playing with is a Hall of Famer. So nobody in Cleveland has seen a stud that's been put that jersey on. We love Bernie. Warren Moon, Hall of Famer. Jim Kelly, Hall of Famer. Dan Marino, Hall of Famer. Troy Aikman, Hall of Famer. Steve Young, Joe Montana, Hall of Famers. I can keep going. You want to keep going? These are the dudes that was wrong. We didn't even talk about Denver Broncos. John Elway, Hall of Famer. Brett Favre, Hall of Famer. These are the dudes in his own era. So when we talking about who's good, we all might need to be quiet because we ain't never seen nobody that's been an MVP put no shoulder pads on and throw the football in Cleveland. Brian Sipe, 1 year wonder. Come on now. I ain't preaching. You tell me, put it in the chat. Who been Hall of Fame caliber for the Cleveland Browns at quarterback? And how do we know we evaluating goal? We said the same thing about Colt McCoy and Brian Hoyer. Come on. I'm riding with 6 while everybody else is riding to the championship. There you go. Schwartz heard them footsteps crossing the route, and he ain't want no parts of that, bro. I'm just thinking, hey, Jeff, I don't even know who he's calling Jeffrey Epstein. I don't even know who he's calling. If Baker wants to come, make him work on his staff, on a staff with a quarterback coach, AB choosing along choosing along with some quarterbacks. If in the preseason he still have bad habits, give him 18.75 and sit him. Man, I was just going over that playing with my girl. I was trying to tell him, dang, he get 18 million. Dang. She was like, but can you sit him? Can he not be quarterback? I was like, honey, don't work that way. But I'll give her credit for that. But I'm going to tell you, here's my thing, and I'm always going, and let me ask you a question, and I'll throw this back, and we'll get on track here for a little bit. And I thank you guys. Thank you so much for the super chat. You can also donate on Cash App at $GBush91. I want to thank every single person who donated on super chat. Y'all been rocking with me all year. You make this show possible. Let me pose this question to the Sixers out there. That bros, I'll debate with you. My problem with Baker Mayfield is this. It's not about just 2020. It's just not about 21. It's about 19 and 18 as well. One of my problems I got with Baker Mayfield is when he readily said to an announcer on a Monday Night Football telecast that he thought it was going to be easy and he didn't work very hard. One, I also remember when Hugh Jackson pulled him aside on Hard Knocks, and he said, Tyrod Taylor was here early today, bro. Yeah, that's what you're going to need to do. Why aren't you with him? And you got to get in here and get on that film work. You thought I forgot about that. 3, he said when it talked about quarterback coaches going into 2020, he said Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, both quarterback coaches. Tom Brady worked with a quarterback coach every year. He's the greatest to put pads on as a quarterback. He does it every year. Josh McDaniel coaches him hard, coaches him tough. Baker says, this is my footwork. I don't need no quarterback coach. Baker Mayfield uses his swagger, that bravado, as the deflection tool. I don't like the work ethic. I don't like the accountability. I don't like playing bad against the Lions and then walking out saying, I don't owe y'all nothing. See, we talk about a lot of stuff on the field, but it's the accountability that you're still riding with 6 on. The outbursts, running out on Tony Grossi, calling everything clickbait. Y'all got to realize this. For every single thing that you made up falsely about what Odell Beckham was doing, Baker Mayfield really did that in real life. He really has distractions. He really calls his coach out. He really asks for a trade too. So that's my problem. If you're going to believe one story in the tropes, you got to go all the way in, buddy. Got to go all the way in. We are not blowing up this team. We are a few pieces away from putting together a play. No, we're not. No, you're not. Who are you? Heather, no, we're not. What are you watching? No, what? I'm not getting rid of Chubb or Garrett. Here's my point. We're not a few pieces away. We are one major chip away. One major one. You can all know who that is. We're one away. If you don't get a quarterback, you are never beating these teams. I don't care if you think you can run the ball 100 times. It's just not going to happen. I'm just telling you that right now. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with it. Where I am at with it. Let's keep it moving. Let's go. Let's keep it moving. Let's go to this. Which Browns have we seen the last of? This is a swan song for a lot of people. I think one of the guys that I'll throw this out there for you guys. First of all, I think it's 150 people hanging in. We almost an hour after the game. The Browns is terrible. I want to thank y'all for rocking with me and doing that. Let's go ahead and put it in the chat. Malik McDowell, will he be back or will he not be back? Put the one in the chat, or 0 if you don't think he's coming back. 1 is yes, 0 is nah. We'll see you later, bro. Go ahead and let's see what we got. Let me read these off. This is how we rolling with it. Real quick, we're going to do these rapid fire. I want to try to get this finished in about the next 10 minutes. Okay, here we go. Woo. J-O-K. I don't know if that's the real Jeremiah Wusu-Koroma, but he says 1. Man, 1? So he coming back? Okay, 1. 1? Okay, I feel you. 1. It's a lot of ones in here. Let's keep it moving. Jarvis Landry. If Jarvis is not coming back, 0. If he is coming back, 1. If Jarvis is coming back, 0. If he ain't, it's a 1. What we doing? Ooh, wow. 1. Pressure. 1. Woo. Woo. Who we got? 1. Hey, 0, 0, 0, 0, man. Hey, man. Travis Talley, I thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you. Ben, 0. Jarvis ain't coming back. Randall says he coming back. Jarvis ain't going to be back. Not going to be back. Not going to be back. Go. You can't hedge your bet, bro. He ain't coming back. Ain't coming back. 0s. Okay. Let's go to another one. We'll get to this guy. Mr. Anthony Walker. I got a great number, but I don't know about my production. Anthony Walker. Is Anthony Walker back in Cleveland? Anthony Walker, 0 is yes, or excuse me, 0 is a no, 1 is a yes. 0 is a no, 1 is a yes. Anthony Walker, is you back in the building? Cedric Lyons says hell to the no. Michael Smith says no. Derek Hill, hell no. He said we keeping Jarvis. Walker, 0. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. We ain't even got to go no more on you. We ain't got to. Hey, bro. Hey, Anthony Walker, man. It was, hey, bro, you going to get money, but not over here, B. I liked your jersey. I liked your number. I liked your shield. Not so much. All right. We're going to reset the deck. We resetting the deck now. We had Anthony Walker, the last one. This one, put the person's name in there because this is a big one. Put the person's name in there. And then a 0 if they not coming back. 1 if they are coming back. 0 not coming back. 1 coming back. Jadeveon Clowney. Is Jadeveon Clowney in the building starting next year? Put the name up there. I'm going to let it reset a little bit. Clowney, he by the way, he was an alternate. He was an alternate for AFC Pro Bowl. Clowney, I'm going to tell you what had a nice year. I like Clowney. I like what he brought to the table. Let me see. Where the name at? All right, here we go. We starting with the Clownies. All right, VK, Clowney coming back. Cedric Lyons, ain't nobody coming back. This man said Lions, bro. You crazy, bro. Dang. Hey, listen, don't be listening to Sid out there, man. If you listen to him, we ain't gonna have no free agents, bro. the JOK, I don't know if JOK here. JOK said, yo, he coming back. Derek Talbert, man, nope. Pressure Jones, no. Clowney, dang. Boy, y'all. Clowney, we got a Clowney coming back. Oh, by the way, you gonna slide. Bodyguard says you're gonna slide the Hooper in that back signing. Clowney, okay, that's one for Clowney. Dang, no. What up, Derek Hill? Nope. Derek Talbot, nope. All right, we got some ones for Clowney. Dwayne Dotson says 1. Let's get that 1 steam up. Glenn Francis is a 1. There we go. Daryl Nash, 1. Oh, here we go. We ready to go. Black Diamond, Deion Flores, Ronald Sims. We got Clowney's 1s. Look at this. Clowney out here. Clowney balling. Hey, it's done. We've officially signed Jadeveon Clowney here at the barbershop. Andrew Berry, we got the collection plate going. Get Jadeveon Clowney back get him back on the boat. We need him back on the boat. I like it. He might cost a lot, but I like a lot of people on the Jadeveon Clowney. Jadeveon Clowney. Is that possible? Is that a direct? They need to give Clowney Baker's money. Is there a direct deposit? Can we garnish Baker's wages? Is there any way we can garnish that man? Like, can we just get right to his Huntington? Anybody got? Now listen, do not hack Baker Mayfield and say that the black guy from 92.3 The Fan said go get Baker's money. It was just a joke. But really, can we get his chase? You know, can he garnish that? He need to split that money up. We need to split that money up, man. Last but not least, I want to thank you guys. It's been a tough 2021 year for myself. Came off COVID, had neck surgery. Doing all it, trying to work 2 jobs. But I'm going to tell you what, it was all worth it, man. I want to thank every single person who came in and donated. I don't care if you donated nothing. If you just participated, if you put a 1 or a 0 in the chat, I'm going to thank you guys, man. You guys really helped me down. I just made a magazine list of the top 30 most interesting people, and I don't even know how. I don't do nothing. I work 1 day a week. I work 1 day. I'm telling y'all right now, that is a testament to you people. I work 1 day a week at the Fan, a small show. I don't work 5 days a week. I don't work 7 days a week. I post videos on YouTube. And just to be mentioned on a list amongst all of these other people like Evan Mobley and the mayor, and it's a blessing because you guys really put me where I'm at. You guys put me on the map. Without you, I would have never got a show. Without people saying, that kid over there at the barbershop, I like him. I don't know what that panda stand for, but I like him, man. He keep it real. You guys give me an opportunity every single week to tell the truth and for us to have a conversation. And we have conversations that nobody in the industry can talk about. Nobody. There's nobody talking about the stuff we talk about. And it's not because they ain't allowed to. It's because you guys bring something to the table. You bring thought-provoking stuff. You bring commentary. You bring your homework. I can talk about things like the Confederate flag. I can talk about the Cleveland Indians logo being changed. I can talk Kaepernick. I can talk whatever I want to. And it doesn't have to be white people, black people, whatever people, vaxxers, non-vax, whatever the case may be. Everybody here got a voice, and that's what the barbershop stands for. It's a forum where everybody can come, talk, have a good time, and at the end of the day, I'll shake your hand, come see me, and we can agree to disagree, but as long as we do it in a positive way, with a little humor. So I want to say thank every single person out there. It's been a tough 2021. We're looking forward to 2022, and for every single person that's still here, rocking and rolling through COVID, through recessions, through whatever we got. I want to thank you guys. Please look out for bigger things in 2022. And please look out for the barbershop. I want to thank you guys. God bless you guys. Thank you so much. Peace out till next year. Go Browns.